We wanted to bring something to the city that was on the same quality and level of our restaurants. So we serve all of the same meat, all the same products we do in the restaurants at the butcher shop. The best thing for us is when someone comes in and says, "What's this cut? I've never cooked with this. How do you cook this?"
What happens when one of the most successful restaurant groups in San Diego County decides to get into the retail and butcher shop business? I'm here with Ben Zuba, Chef Brad Wise of the Trust Restaurant Group. We're here at the Wise Ox. Come on in, this is Toast Family Style. We are at the Wise Ox in La Costa. Trust Restaurant Group. You guys operate so many different amazing concepts. One of the most important things that we do on this show is share the lessons, not only the successes. Can I bring you back to Rare Society? I know that there was a story there of failure that allowed your brand to grow?
Yes, absolutely. It was a bar called 100 Proof. Lack of better terms, we struck gold with a concept 3 blocks down the road. You know, thought that any restaurant that I open now is going to be a wide success. And quickly after opening about 3 months, we realized, yeah, not so much. Doesn't really work that way. I'm happy that I learned that failure because I never want to close a restaurant like that again. And just the kind of the ideology that needs to go into a restaurant of not opening a restaurant half-assed is extremely important, you know, and it was kind of done that way. Out of that failure, we, you know, opened a concept called Rare Society, and now it's, you know, a larger portion of our revenue that we do company-wide. We were able to tap into a market where there was a void, and you know, again, we did our research and you know, did the comp sets in the area and just in the concept as a whole.
It's that mid-tier steakhouse, right? It's not your massive chain where you get baked potato salad for 10 bucks, you know, but it's not your fine dining tablecloth, but it's fun, right? It's fun, it's meat-centric, it's meat-focused. The association between a butcher shop and a fun steakhouse, I mean, the script was kind of written, you know? Taking that idea of like meat, high quality meat, and taking the concept, like you could take it at home, you know? You can get that same high quality meat we buy from the same purveyors, the same farms, the same ranch for the butcher shop as we do for Rare Society.
This was always a passion project of mine in San Diego. I got known for, you know, being one of the chefs that was doing whole animal butchery, you know, early on in the infancy stage of the group. Came up with the idea of the Wise Ox. It was a perfect fit into, hey, we can experiment in the butcher shop, we can learn different things that we can also use in our restaurant. That's the first part. Second part was we wanted to bring something to the city that was on the same quality and level of our restaurants. So we serve all of the same meat, all the same products we do in the restaurants at the butcher shop. It's kind of just like a lateral move for us and meant a lot to the city, to us, and overall the industry. Relationships is everything in this business, from vendors to our liquor companies. It's everything. You need to be able to trust them and lean on them as much as they do us. I'm a firm believer in buying from people and not from places. So if I have good relationships, it might be a little bit more expensive. You know, if I treat them good, they're going to usually treat me good, and in return, you know, that ultimately helps the bottom line.
Chef, this might be one of the most beautiful meat cases I have ever seen, and I've been all over the globe. Can you share, how do you select what goes in here?
We give some of the staples and then we get some things that we're known for. You know, we have our own dry agers in-house. We cut different meats like the Denver and stuff out of different parts of the cow that, you know, people may not use regularly. And that's what kind of sets us apart from like the chef-driven steakhouse.
How do you approach hospitality in a quick service, deli type environment? You know, a butcher shop, you have these incredible restaurants. How are you training your team to be more, I mean, the people that have been coming in here today, they feel like they're all family. I mean, is everyone in La Costa your family here?
Yeah, just about. It's staff retention. That starts with that. If you can see the same face,
yeah,
you know, week after week after week that you're there, you know, you build that rapport with your customer. They're always going to come back. Especially when, you know, we're asking what their names are, what our names are. When you can build that rapport, it just, you know, it makes for a better experience. And, you know, there's also a level of, you know, that we find, or that I even find, of intimidation when you walk in a meat shop, you know, and that's why people buy from grocery stores a lot, because it's less interactive. If you're not kind to people when they come in, they're less likely to come out. The best thing for us is when someone comes in and says, "What's this cut? I've never cooked with this. How do you cook this?" That's when we get to kind of open the door to like building that rapport of, and I could talk about 7 ways to Sunday to the different way to cook a picanha or a Denver steak, and that's really important in QSR. It's building that rapport so people are going to come back.
My name is Ben Zuba. I'm the wine director and one of the partners at the Trust Restaurant Group. So obviously being in the restaurant industry for 20 plus years, I think we're going on 25 now. POSs or point of sale systems, have definitely evolved and changed, and the technology has gotten better. We switched over to Toast in 2019, really looking for that cloud-based, software, being able to access sales data, on the fly in the moment, and at the end of it, functionality, functionality for the kitchen, for the printers, for the servers, for us on the accounting side, for inventory purposes. So the way Toast has evolved since 2019, it's been a real blessing, because us as young hospitality professionals, the last thing we want to do is waste time creating menus, managing inventory, pulling data or sales reports, and that used to be the worst part of the job. So what Toast has allowed us to do is to get out of the office, get out of our computers and into the restaurants quicker.
I believe that every business can benefit from boxing and unboxing. Tell me about the subscription program that you guys got going on.
Yeah, so we call it the Oxbox. It's exactly what you think. It's a box full of meat. It started in October of 2020 when we first opened the first Wise Ox in North Park. In the middle of the pandemic, everyone still needs to eat. So we thought, how do we do a meat subscription, but do it different than everyone else? Obviously, being a chef-driven restaurant group, we decided, how do we make it fun, make it ever-changing and evolving? So we came up with a little formula. But for $135, you get anywhere from 10 to 12 pounds of meat. Mixture of pork, sausage, steaks, chicken, marinated meats, and it changes every single month. So it comes with a note from chef. We have a website as well full of different recipes, and it's just fun to see people follow along. So this is box number 53 for us, about 300 subscribers. So if you think on any given month, we're processing a little under 2 tons of meat, all hand cuts, chef-driven marinade, spices and stuff. It's just one of the fun things we get to do here with the Trust Restaurant Group and the Wise Ox.
What I learned today was that you have to have a deep trust in what you are building for the future. The Trust Restaurant Group, the Wise Ox, they believe in what they're building. This place has been packed all day. It is so important, if you are a restaurant owner and you're watching this, please reach out. Toast is building an incredible community. Please subscribe, share it with a friend, and if you make it to San Diego, definitely come check out one of their spots.